All right, like the scores of people before me, I'm going to go ahead and answer Veritas 48's 5 questions for an atheist. Again, a lot of people have answered this already, so I'll just keep my responses short, try to be as brief and to the point as possible, and just throw in my 2 cents. So, number one, why is there something rather than nothing? Now, I know this is probably not going to be the most satisfying answer, but I don't know. I don't know. And furthermore, I really don't care. Just the fact that there is something that we do live in a universe. We do live on the planet Earth. There are human beings. There are animals. There are plants. There are all the things we see around us. The only difference is I'm choosing to believe that they came about through natural processes, as there is no evidence for the supernatural, let alone a supernatural creator, let alone the Judeo-Christian God, one of hundreds, if not thousands, of other gods and other creation myths. So in this case, not knowing is fine with me, and I'm perfectly okay. Not knowing. So, question 2. What evidence, if any, do you find most persuasive regarding theism? There's really no evidence. I mean, just the fact that a lot of people believe it doesn't really, convince me. I mean, a lot of people buy Britney Spears albums. Doesn't make them good. The actual evidence, though, I mean, I have seen some evidence that I find to be very compelling as far as why people believe in gods. If you want to look up Andy Thompson, last name Thomson, no P. He has a piece called Why We Believe in Gods, and it's like 45, 50 some minutes long, but very worth the watch. It explains a lot of the cognitive mechanisms at work, and just why psychologically and from an evolutionary standpoint, why these things that go on in our mind compel us to believe in the supernatural. Number 3, how do you reconcile your atheism with any ultimate meaning in life? I think Kurt Vonnegut summed it up best when he said, we're on this planet to fart around, and don't let anyone tell you different. Basically, it's live the best life you can, and part of that, to me at least, is learning as much as you can about the world around you. I feel like it makes you appreciate things on a much different level, deeper level than just to say that we're here with the purpose that God put us here for. He has a plan for everyone. Because again, that is choosing just one particular supernatural, evidence-free, religious, explanation. Foregoing all the other particular religious explanations. So again, we're human beings, and we're all just cohabitants of this planet, living together, and I guess everyone should try to live the best life they can and not hurt anyone else. Number 4, were you raised in a religious environment? Yes, I grew up in a rural environment, a small town of about 2,500 people, and in that 2,500 person town, we had 3 stoplights, but 11 churches. Grew up as a Lutheran, which is like Catholicism without the fun, and I don't know, just I believed in things, and I said prayers and sang songs and bought into everything until got a little bit older, went off to college, met other people, lived in a large city with people from all sorts of different religions, not just different denominations of Christianity. Met other people who were atheists and agnostics and talked to them. And just learned more about philosophy and metaphysics and things like that, and just kind of came to the conclusion that it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to A, believe in the supernatural, or B, to choose a particular supernatural entity as a creator who has assigned some sort of purpose for life. And number 5, what is the end-all goal of atheism activism on YouTube? Well, for me, and I know I've kind of slacked on making videos since I started the channel, but I'm going to try to be a little more diligent about doing so. It's basically just to challenge people to think about their personal convictions and really examine why they believe what they believe. Yeah, like you make clear that at the end of the day, I mean, whether or not you believe in a particular God, are ambivalent about God, or believe there is no God, I think everyone really just basically wants the same things. I mean, family, friendship, happiness, entertainment, roof over your head, food in your stomach, fall in love, things like that. And again, I think all of those can be explained naturally through evolution. Other people will attribute that to some sort of divine authorship and the inherent purpose behind that authorship. But at the end of the day, I would just rather see people thinking logically, rationally, reasonably, and going about the world they see around them in just that way. That we are all Earthlings on this planet, and just the fact that someone chooses to believe in a different supernatural entity than someone else, or someone's behavior doesn't match what someone else's supernatural entity says is acceptable behavior, but falls within the whole, you know, doing what makes you happy as long as you're not hurting anyone. That sort of just I don't know, brings everything together. That everyone should just try to live the best life they can, and really just not see the need to attribute the unknown to the supernatural, because once that finds its way into science, which I think is the ultimate thrust of a lot of the arguments, is that creationism, or the intelligent design hypothesis should be given the same sort of credence as evolution and the scientific method. Again, I'm not going to really challenge people to not believe in God. I don't really see the need to try to convert people. But at the same time, I think people should ask themselves, does it make sense that I am believing in a supernatural entity, and I have this sort of sword of Damocles hanging over my head about whether or not I've chosen the right God, whether or not I'm loving Him and following His word correctly to end up in heaven, or if not, I'm going to be sent to hell and punished for all eternity. So yeah, I know I'm rambling a bit on this, but bottom line is number 5, as far as the end-all goal, is basically just to challenge people to think for themselves, and just question what is being placed in front of them, and not simply take things on faith. Just to close, I could really turn that question around. I mean, what's the point of Christian activism, or creationist activism, or anti-evolution activism on YouTube? It's just a matter of getting your opinion out there, getting people to debate. But at the same time, especially within the Christian camp, I know there is the command about prophet, whatever, witnessing to other people, and trying to convert people and trying to get people in. So yeah, I'll just leave it on that. What is the purpose of the Christian activism and creationist activism, and especially anti-evolution, anti-science activism? So those are my answers, and thanks.